Farmers Policy Perks are that little extra something you can get when you're a Farmers customer. So to tell you about them, we're adding a little extra something to this ad. Another me. And when you have multiple Farmers policies, you could save up to 45% on your auto insurance with the Auto Multi-Policy discount. What's going on with our voice? I thought I'd add some drama. Well, isn't that something? Get a quote at farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers branded policies. Subject to terms and conditions. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges, Farmers New World Life Insurance Company or affiliate.
New this week on Curiosity Stream, it's the larger-than-life NFL icon Joe Namath, who took the league by storm.
Broadway Joe. Sports Illustrated had me standing on Broadway in the jet uniform.
In Beyond the Spotlight. And underground tunnels, brilliant disguises, and air balloons? See daring breakouts from behind the Berlin Wall with never-before-seen archival footage in the Great Berlin Escapes. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are just $20. Visit curiositystream.com.
That's Whitney Houston, right? Yeah, Gary Tagway's in that new movie. I got to talk about it. But before I do this, here's the problem I got with Tagway.
What?
He is number one now, he's a novelist.
Oh.
He's a screenwriter, right? He's an actor who's in a new Whitney Houston movie. He's got a movie coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Next month on Netflix.
Next month. And I don't even know how much he's up to date on sports because he made his living as a sports guy, but now he's got all this. So before I bring him on, Charles Barkley yesterday gave us the whole recent thing with Ben Simmons.
Oh, boy, did he.
Because we're going to try to get Ben to Boston. In fact, Al's going to drive him.
Yeah, I'll
but
take him
before Gary, listen to Charles, and then we'll put you on. Here's Charles recapping the recent times of Ben Simmons.
This dude has done everything he can not to be re-recruited. They started off the season begging him to come back. So they have massaged him, Shaq. They want to go see him. He said, "Don't come see me." He came, and then he acted like a jerk in practice. They wanted him back. And then he because he wanted to get paid, he came back. Then he came back, and like I say, he started acting like a jerk, and they kicked him out. They gave him another chance. They said, "Okay, you said you got some issues." He said, "No, I don't want to see your guys." They started finding him again. Now he's back. They've been over backwards to kiss this dude's ass. Now they start kicking his ass. Like, there's only two. You kiss somebody's ass or you kick their ass. It's time for them to kick his ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, spokesman for all of Boston sports, Mr. Gary Tagway. Hi, Gary.
Hey, Ed. Hey, everybody. How you doing? That's a tough act to follow right there with Chuck. I'll tell you what.
But listen, Gary, clearance sale on Ben today only. We will send Ben to Boston straight up for Jaylen Brown. Yes or no?
I say yes, and I'm the only one.
Oh, tell us why yes.
I have to explain, because when I've written about this and I've said it on the radio, and the knee-jerk reaction is people just totally freak out. But you really, and I'm dead serious, you have to be a Celtics guy. I watched the Celtics all my life. I know this team like the back of my hand. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum don't work together. Now, they're not enemies. They're not friends. It doesn't matter. Kevin McHale and Bird weren't off-the-court friends. On the court, they were great. They just don't work. This team doesn't work. This team really needs a point guard. This guy, okay, so what happens with the Celtics, if you watch every game, and I know you guys don't because you're watching the Sixers and stuff, and you got to like, it's like one night it's Brown, one night it's Tatum, one night it's Brown, one night it's Tatum. They never gel together. And Marcus Smart is a disaster. A disaster. That's a whole other story that we don't have time for. He's got to go, all right? But you're not going to win a championship with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. It's not going to happen. So you look at Simmons, and yes, is it a huge gamble? I mean, it is a massive gamble. I mean, you are just – the odds are against you. But if it works, boom, because they will be better with an engaged Ben Simmons than they are right now. But here's the question, and I understand, is he going to be engaged? Well, I don't know. But, you know, if I'm Wick Grossbeck, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, and if I'm Brad Stevens, I'm going, this just isn't working. And it's not going to work, guys. It's not. They're going to be stuck in mediocre purgatory. They're going to be the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th seed for the next 10 years for these guys.
Listen,
so
Gary.
I say, swing for the fences.
Listen to me, Gary. This stuff about Ben being tough to deal with, it's way overstated.
Not true at all.
He's really a very nice guy. And as for whether or not he's going to get engaged, yeah, he's been dating Maya Jama for a while now. She's a spokesman on
I know
Eagles.
what you're selling. You're trying to sell.
No,
Sell me.
Gary,
You
no.
have to sell me, Ange.
No, Gary, if you're there saying they should do this, Brad Stevens is now the guy that decides this, right? Danny's gone. So what do you think? Is there a chance here?
I think. Let me put it this way. I think that through all of this, the guy that is going to come out looking great is Brad Stevens, because Ime Udoka, who I understand had a relationship with Ben in Philly. You guys would know better than me. But that's
very
what I
close.
hear.
Very close.
Okay, I mean, seriously, are they? I don't know. Are they?
I have no clue.
Okay, we're
Gary,
making it
he
up.
has
Okay,
no
that's fine.
idea.
I'm just trying to unload this guy, Gary. I'm just trying to get rid of him.
Well, I understand, but I mean, if Udoka could reach Simmons, all bets are off. The Celtics are a better team, but Brad got the most out of this team. Udoka is supposed to be the player whisperer. They're not listening to him.
No,
it's chaos up here.
And you got Brett Brown's right up in New Hampshire. You can bring him down one state. He's right there. Brett Brown, he's basically personal valet.
Okay.
He's a valet for Ben Simmons.
No, we're okay. We're okay. We're fine.
Right,
we don't need Brett. I like him. He's a main boy, but I don't care. Listen,
right, Gary.
no, I think Stevens started the discussion. I think Brad called Philly, Daryl Morey, who used to be a freaking office boy with the Celtics, who's an intern with the Celtics.
Ooh.
I think they've talked.
I think
they've talked. I think Brad Stevens, they've talked.
All right,
Absolutely.
Gary, I got to get to all this other stuff you're doing because it's really more interesting to me than any of the sports stuff.
I hear you.
You wrote a novel? You wrote a novel about a washed-up sportscaster?
Yeah, here's the pitch. I mean, it's Jerry the Cush Cushman who's covering his last Super Bowl. He's been let go because he's washed up and, local sports is dead. And he goes out to the last Super Bowl in L.A., and the world's best quarterback falls from the team hotel days before the Super Bowl. And he teams up with Rocky Suarez, who is like a Jennifer Lopez / Beyonce type of character.
Oh, now they're interested.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, because I love Jennifer Lopez. And she's and what they do is she's a LA detective that carries around a double barrel submachine gun and a Camaro to catch bad guys. And the Washington sportscaster forms a bond between the sheets and on the streets. And they go to catch the bad guys.
Sounds like a fantasy piece.
Gary, are you going to be, when they do the movie, are you going to be the washed-up sportscaster?
Yeah.
I would love to be, but I'm thinking maybe you cash Paul Giamatti.
Giamatti? No, he's not a leading man. You're better looking than Giamatti,
well, okay,
Gary.
all right. So it's going to be me and J-Lo.
All right, I'm guessing there are some sex scenes in there, Gary.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. I wrote this because, like you, Angelo, I got bored with sports. I just got bored.
What do you mean, like me? I love sports.
I do too. But seriously, Angelo, you and I have been in it for 30 years, and only the names change. And we keep hearing the same themes over and over. So you got to do stuff to keep it fresh. And I said, I'm tired of all these candy-ass sports stories about this and that. So I wrote a kick-ass Pulp Fiction novel. It's got sex. It's got violence. It's got shootouts.
Boom, sex. All right, Gary, I got to get to some of this other stuff. You got a Whitney Houston movie coming out. That isn't listed yet on your IMDb. What's that movie?
No, I got to put it on there.
What's going on? What are you doing in that movie?
I shot it Friday night. Here's the deal. We shot it Friday night at Gillette Stadium. And when Frank Gifford introduced Whitney Houston for the national anthem?
Yeah.
That's what I did. I did,
very cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grammy Award. And I had this whole speech,
cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, blah, 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 blah. Almost ready then for Super Bowl 25 with the Bills take on the Giants. They had me in an ABC 1991 type of jacket, and I did this whole thing, and they shot the whole Whitney Houston scene at Gillette Stadium, which is supposed to be Tampa in 1991. And you can imagine the magic of movies, making Gillette into Tampa.
No, Gary, there's so much going on with you. You got the movie coming out next.
Don't look up.
Guys,
don't look up.
I'm telling you.
DiCaprio, Streep, and Tangway?
Yeah, movie of the year. I'm dead serious. Adam McKay, who we all love, The Big Short, Step Brothers, Anchorman. Movie of the freaking decade.
Yeah.
This movie's going to be awesome.
All right, and you're in that. Now, here's the thing I need to know about DiCaprio. Did you ever see him when you were doing that film?
I did not.
Here's the problem. Jeff Bezos, right? He's got this woman that he's engaged to, and they bump into DiCaprio at some big party. You got to see the look that this Lauren Suarez, the woman Lauren Sanchez, looking at DiCaprio like, oh, please take my clothes off, that kind of thing. Does that happen with these big movie stars, Gary? The minute they meet a woman, the woman just swoons?
Yes.
Has it happened to you?
No.
What do you mean, no? You haven't fine look. What do you mean, no? Not at all?
Let me tell you this, Edge. The highest I've been, like, on the call list, right?
Yeah.
They have a call list with all the actors, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4. And I Care a Lot, I was like number 16. It was a small cast. On Don't Look Up, this movie coming out, which I'm telling you guys got to see, is going to be awesome. It's an end-of-the-world comedy satire thing. Leonardo DiCaprio is number 1 on the call sheet. I was number 115.
No chance. There are 114 people ahead of you?
Dude, I mean, there's everybody. Chris Evans is in this. Michael Chiklis is in this.
Wow.
Ashley Banfield. I mean, it goes on and on. There's so many people in this. Matthew Perry from Friends, Tyler Perry, Kate Blanchett. It's loaded.
All right, Gary, I got one last thing. I'm with Ruben Amaro Jr. here, former first base coach of the Boston Red Sox.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, Gary?
All right, listen, so I'm talking to Rube. Okay, Rube said, I said to him, Rube, you also have if you need it, you have a Spanish accent, right, Rube?
If I need to break it out, yeah.
Have you used it prior to your married days? Did you use it for wooing purposes?
It has been brought out.
Could I hear a little of it? What does it sound like?
You absolutely can. Whatever you want me to say, I can say it to you in any kind of language.
Say hello to my little friend.
Hello to my little friend.
Oh, wow. Now, Gary, I was looking at your resume, and you do accents also, right?
Well, I kind of lied, but I can fix
What do you mean you lied? Don't you do it?
Lied. I mean, I did that.
You lied?
I kind of lied on that resume. Like when Rhea said, we want you to do the English-Irish accent, I went, oh, crap. I didn't think anybody would ever call me on it.
Well, it was on the resume. We wanted to hear the accent.
I could do an Irish one.
All right, let's hear the Irish one.
Okay, an Irish one. Oh, Mary and Joseph, their aunts, get yourself down to the docks and get yourself a job, for God's sakes. Oh, don't be such a pain in the ass to your dad and I.
All right, now, would that work in the wooing of a female?
Oh, God, no. An Irish accent? No.
It would work in Dorchester, though.
I mean, when Ruben did that, I'm in my car. I started to take my clothes off. And my dogs are in the back looking at me like, what are you doing? You know, an English accent, the Spanish accent, I mean, if you're looking to get, the Spanish, you can't, Spanish or Italian, you can't compete with that.
That's the one. Gary, seriously, you're living the life we all dream of. Now, please let the people up in Boston know you have signed off on the Ben Simmons deal, and let's make this happen ASAP, please.
I mean, dude, I think it's got a shot because I think Brad agrees with me. If you really think about it, see, people don't look. If you really think about it, it's not crazy.
Not at all. Not at all. Al will drive Ben all the way to Boston. He's up there all the time. Gary, we love you, man. Be well.
I love you, too. I'll send you guys the book when it's out in a couple weeks.
Please. Gary Tanguay. Wow, that guy's got so much going on.
Lots of stuff, having fun.
Oh, isn't he, though? That's living life. Do you understand that's living life?
You understand that's what you could do?
He was on set. No, I can't do it. Look at me. You know I'm on the back of a bus now?
You what?
There's a picture of you, me, and Al on the back of buses. Yes.
Oh, the buses. Yeah,
I was behind it.
You're kidding me.
Oh, it is. We're on. Did anyone see us on the buses?
Oh yeah, I saw this. Some friends came in, told me about it,
and I was right behind it, right on that corner over there.
And then I put it on Twitter, and that's Jonesy under it.
No, Al. And then he gassed it, and a big thing of fumes came right in my face.
Yeah.
That was right after you ran over John Gannon. That ran right over.
I'll tell you something. He should not stand in front of my car. That's all I'm saying. 215-592-9494. Back to reality. Your calls when we return.
With Farmers, you could get savings just for becoming a customer. It's a little extra something. So to tell you about it, we're adding a little extra something to this ad. Precious baby giggles. When you switch to Farmers, you could save an average of $437 on your home insurance. And that's a whole lot of something, baby. Get a quote at farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Based on average nationwide annual savings survey data July 2020 to 21, underwritten by Farmers Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate. Products not available in every state.
New this week on Curiosity Stream, it's the larger-than-life NFL icon Joe Namath, who took the league by storm.
Broadway Joe. Sports Illustrated had me standing on Broadway in the jet uniform.
In Beyond the Spotlight. And underground tunnels, brilliant disguises, and air balloons? See daring breakouts from behind the Berlin Wall with never-before-seen archival footage in the Great Berlin Escapes. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are just $20. Visit curiositystream.com.
I'm Shayna. And I'm Tracy, and we're the hosts of Band of Mothers podcasts. We're a little Wait, Don't Tell Me meets This American Life meets Thelma and Louise. I can't wait to drive off a cliff with you. You've been saying that since the 8th grade.
Each week, we feature real stories from moms just like you. Plus, we've got live performances, in-studio interviews, games, original music, and more.
So join our Band of Mothers and subscribe now on the Odyssey app or anywhere you listen to podcasts.
It's the Band of Mothers podcast. Man, there are a lot of podcasts out there.
Definitely. I mean, there's 3 million shows, 50 million episodes, and more every day.
I mean, who has the time to figure out which ones are the best podcasts?
We do. That's who. What's up, guys? I am Alicia Renee.
And I'm Dax Holt.
And we are your hosts of Pod Sauce, a podcast discovery show.
Look at us as your podcast concierge.
We do all the work for you. We listen to the shows, review them,
pick the best episodes, and interview the hosts.
Pod Sauce. Let us help you find your next binge. Tell them where to go, Dax.
Go to podsauce.com.
WIP Sports, I'm 817. All right, welcome back. If there was justice in the real world, Al, Ruben Amaro would be on the West Coast right now at the GM meetings.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no justice, so he is not there. But he has put together his own plan for how to make the Phillies better. And we will. Well, I just grilled him. I know what he's got. He's got some very good ideas, right? I just hope there's going to be some money there to use the ideas.
I think there'll be money.
All right, so he's going to give us that plan out in the next few minutes. In this hour, you will hear Rube's plan on where they need help and where he would go to get it. Because there's a lot of players available right now, and because they don't even know what the rules are. See, the offseason has started, but they don't know if there's going to be a luxury tax. There's no rules. Yeah, people are trying to sign people without
do they even know if there's going to be a DH?
They don't know any of that. No. None of that has been decided. All they know is the game is way too slow, and they have to fix
so
that.
You drag your feet on this, yeah.
So they're dragging their feet on the CBA to kind of illustrate what's wrong with the sport. It's really kind of fun what they're doing. But I got to get some people blasting Jonathan Gannon. And Gary is up next. Hi, Gary. Stay right there, Ava. I'm coming to you. Okay. Hi, Gary.
Morning, Angelo. Morning, everybody.
Jonathan Gannon.
Angelo, I never thought I'd say this. Can we get Jim Schwartz back?
No, you're right. Gary, seriously. I would do it right now. Do you understand? If you said to me, all I did was bitch for 5 years about Jim Schwartz, I would take him back in a millisecond if you gave me that opportunity now.
Let me have that sticks defense again. I'll take it. I'll take line up at the 15 yards down the field on a 3rd and 16. I don't care. I'll take it all day long. I understand. I'll agree with Andy previously. The talent on the field is not there, but you got to get the best out of the people that you have on the field. Yep. And this guy, he's not even close.
Gary, I want to take you back to the game Sunday. And it's just when Derek Barnett jumped offside. Mm-hmm. All right? Now, you were watching, I'm guessing you were watching at home in Whitehall. Am I right?
Yes.
What'd you do? Did you get ticked off?
I was like, no, this guy again?
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
It's ridiculous. There's no what's the word I'm looking for?
Accountability. Listen,
right.
I want you to hear this. Listen to this. This is Jonathan Gannon yesterday on Derek Barnett.
He's doing a good job. He's improved that part of his game, I think. He's playing I would say, more disciplined.
He's not playing more. He just jumped offside. He's not improving that part of the game. He's
very
never
happy
near,
with him, man.
He never got near the quarterback. He didn't do a damn thing.
His best quote was when he said about I want to blank on the name. The guy they got from the Redskins.
The guy they got from the Redskins.
Kerrigan, right?
Joe Kerrigan.
No, not Joe.
He's lining up right. His eyes are in the right spot.
Right. Gary, I'm telling you, I swear to God, I forgot he was on the team.
Kerrigan.
I forgot Ryan Kerrigan was on the Eagles
His
roster.
eyes are lined up on the right.
Gary, this guy is not competent. Do you understand? Jonathan Gannon is unable to do the job of defensive coordinator, and we have to endure another half a season with this guy because they don't have the cojones to do what's right.
You're right. You're absolutely correct.
Thank you, Gary. Give me somebody that never has to buy a beer in this town.
The only guy that can give a momentum speech on Broad Street wearing a mummer suit, Jason Kelsey.
How did it take this long?
100% on that list. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this.
Another Keith Jones autographed hockey card.
Do I need to go through again the list of incompetent people in this town that I have had to endure in 32 years? Johnny Davis, Brad Greenberg, Woody Woodward. Remember that guy?
Yeah, Woody had a tough
Did he ever? Did Woody? Matt Klentak. Any argument there? No. Rich Kotite, Ryan Sandberg, Juan Castillo. None of them, listen to me, none of them were as incompetent as Jonathan Gannon. Because at least now when they spoke, you said, oh, okay, maybe a little. This guy speaks and you realize he's got nothing.
Well, between both of them, the head coach and the defensive coordinator, they both speak too long.
The head coach
Yeah.
is Vince Lombardi compared to this guy. You understand? You listen to this guy and you want Rhea Hughes. Let me explain Rhea Hughes. This is a woman in my lifetime. No one's ever been more committed to their job than this woman. Whatever I need her to do to make this show better, she does without question. Yesterday, she told me she could not endure the entire Jonathan Gannon news conference because it was torture.
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
I listened
When
to...
did he lose you for good?
I think he lost me at the word salad that was the press coverage.
The press coverage. Let me see if I can dial that up for us. Do we have that one there, Joe? See if we'll look for that. We didn't even put that on the list. That wasn't even in our top 10.
When I began to get dizzy, I went, I can't do this guy. I can't do this guy anymore.
It's over. Now, I got to assume somebody with the Eagles is hearing this and they're realizing it. All right, we only have a shortcut, and we're going to probably make it even shorter because we don't want to torture us. Here's Gannon on press coverage.
We do play press a little bit, and there's certain spots that we would like to tighten up, and that comes down to me is calling it to get tighter.
Let me ask you a question, Ange. At what point on Sunday did you see them play press?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay.
I saw the receivers with 15 yards of free territory for every snap.
When you have Brian Westbrook is posting pictures of how far off the defenders are on your receivers. When I hear stuff like that, we played press. No, you didn't.
Brian Westbrook was losing his mind.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what Brian Dawkins was thinking?
No.
One of the most ferocious players in this city. You think Brian Dawkins was watching that passive slop and going, yeah, I get this. This makes perfect sense. Ava, give me an update on it. We're going to change the question here because we're beating a dead horse with Gannon. Go ahead.
Brought to you by Armin Chevrolet of Ardmore. Armin Chevrolet is your easy credit headquarters. Visit ArminChevy.com. Click on the easy credit button. It's easy at Armin Chevrolet. Do you think Jonathan Gannon is a competent defensive coordinator? 90% say no.
9 out of 10. Do you understand you can't get 9 out of 10 to agree on anything?
Unless it's against Howie Roseman.
Or now Ben Simmons.
All right. Or Ben Simmons.
Yes, Ben.
Yeah, the list is getting a little longer. All right, what's the new question?
Speaking of, who is a better NBA player? Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey.
Ruben Amaro.
Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey. Al.
Maxey.
Rhea.
Does he shoot? Is he willing to shoot?
I didn't need a wisecrack.
Is one of the main
response.
points of being in basketball shooting the ball?
Yeah.
What is your answer?
What do you think my answer is? Tyrese Maxey.
Ava?
Maxey.
5-0 so far. Mark from Mount Laurel's up next. Hi, Mark.
Good morning, Angelo.
Mark, this guy Gannon, what do you think?
Angelo, I swear to you, I'm sitting in my seat, I'm watching this, and I'm just a fan. I am just a Joe average fan, but I know enough football to know that there's a 10-yard cushion, and it's continuing, and they're coming down the field, and you're looking, and you just can't believe, you cannot believe that they're not changing the format.
Yep.
You're just absolutely beside yourself, not to mention not even throwing in a blitz. I mean, Buddy Ryan was probably spinning in his grave.
Yes, he was. How about Seth Joyner was losing his mind on the post-game show, Mark? He can't believe what he's seeing.
Can you imagine if they asked Buddy Ryan about Derek Barnett? Can you imagine what he would have said? All that guy is doing is killing grass.
That's right.
And by the way, you know this, Ruben was a neighbor of mine.
Ruben Amaro was?
I had two celebrities, Ruben Amaro and Ray Ellis, lived at a place called Rivers Bend Condominium. And if you ever wanted to see Ruben, just look out your window and you'd see him jogging. He jogged every day.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Forrest Gump had nothing on Ruben Amaro.
Was Amaro single back then, Mark?
I believe he was. He was
Is
a
that
young
true,
guy like
Rube?
myself.
I was indeed single.
Were you wooing young ladies with your Spanish accent?
I didn't have to then.
You didn't have to? Let me tell you something. All right, hold on a minute. Al, that man right there in his day, look out. That's all I'm saying. Look out. All right, Mark,
Andrew,
back to Gannon.
You just mentioned something about Woody Woodward.
Yeah.
And this is like a question I always wanted to know. And you have Ruben Amaro there. Woody Woodward was hired for like a week and then fired. Ruben, do you have any idea what that was about?
No, I mean, he was there for more than a week, but he just he did not. My understanding is that Woody had a tough time staying in the office.
He had a hard time. I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Staying in the office.
Okay.
He never showed up for work.
Wow.
He lived in Seattle.
I often wondered because he was there for like a cup of coffee and then they got rid of him. I guess I was under Giles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think Bill may.
Oh, that's a great
Bill may
line.
have,
He had a hard time. Mark, have we seen enough for Jonathan Gannon?
Well, we've not only seen enough of Jonathan Gannon, I think we've seen enough of the head coach. I think we've seen enough of the quarterback and the players.
No,
Angelo, this is a team that's going to take years, my friend.
Well, that
It's
may
gonna
be
take-
true.
There's no hope here. I mean, I have tickets for sale if anybody wants them.
Oh, no. You want to sell your tickets to the Eagles game?
I'm about done, man. I mean, this is such a boring-ass team. How can you enjoy watching this? And then the cold weather's coming. Are you kidding me? Anybody wants tickets, send them my way, Angelo.
Mark, you constantly dazzle. Thank you, my good friend. Be
All right,
well.
bud.
All right, now listen, I want to play. I don't want to take anything out of context here because 5 quarterbacks have thrown for 80% completion rate or higher, which is astounding. Al, it's historic. No one's ever done this in 1 year in the NFL. It took 70 years for us to get to 6 of them with the Eagles. So here is more from Jonathan Gannon on trying to get that number lower.
We definitely have to get that completion percentage down, and there's a number of ways to do that. It starts with us as coaches to, detail out some things and change some looks, and rush and cover and rush have to get a little bit better. But, when you're playing good quarterbacks with good skill people, we played well at times, but probably not consistent enough. So that number has to come down. We have to improve that with our pass defense to, be able to provide some resistance to good offenses.
Rube, you employed people to go on the field and do what was right for your organization. Does that sound like a man who has any idea what to do?
It's a man who's trying to learn the game at this level.
Which is not a great idea.
And it's a tough thing to do, especially here. But it's, we've seen a lot of guys go through that. We've talked about them before. We got Gabe Kapler. You got, Terry Francona.
We don't want to do it. We don't want to break them in. We want them ready when they come here.
Who would you rather have back, Jim Schwartz or Gabe Kapler?
Jim Schwartz. I still hate Gabe Kapler.
Yeah.
215-592-9494. What would Ruben do if he was at the GM meetings? He'll give us a little glimpse when we return. WIP Sports Time, 8:30.
Farmers Policy Perks are that little extra something you can get when you're a Farmers customer. So to tell you about them, we're adding a little extra something to this ad, smooth saxophone riffs. When you have a Farmers home policy with guaranteed replacement cost, if your home gets destroyed, we'll pay to rebuild it regardless of your limits. Dig it. It's a whole lot of something. Get a quote at farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Optional coverage not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers-branded policies. Subject to terms and conditions. Underwritten by Farmers Trucker Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Have you cut the cord and are feeling bored with your streaming services? CuriosityStream can help. With thousands of documentary films and TV shows, let CuriosityStream put the science back in your screen time. Astound you with history come to life and wildlife that will reach out and grab you. We've got the fix for your nonfiction addiction. Watch us on any device, anywhere you are. Visit CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming now.
Up to 30% of U.S. military members and veterans are battling PTSD, even those who weren't injured or in combat. If you're one of the many, you should know that you don't have to suffer. Treatment for PTSD is available. If you suffer from PTSD-related depression and anxiety, you're not alone. There are so many veterans and current enlisted just like you. You don't have to suffer. Find the help and resources you need and deserve at connectingvets.com.
In 1987, a former prosecutor named Margaret Kuhn took her dog for a walk in one of Louisiana's safest and most affluent parishes. The next morning, she was found dead on the side of the road. 34 years later, the crime remains unsolved.
No one is safe.
Listen to Gone South, Season 1, Who Killed Margaret Kuhn? A documentary podcast from C13 Originals. Available on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
36. All right, 8:43. Stupidly, I've been waiting all morning now for a breaking story involving Jonathan Gannon. We have one now, but it's not the story I wanted. What happened, Rhea?
Good news for any quarterback playing the Eagles. Justin Herbert was just named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he tweeted out his thanks to Jonathan Gannon for not covering any of his receivers and allowing him to throw the ball within 2 seconds of the snap. That I believe most quarterbacks would end up being successful under those circumstances.
Who we got next? Teddy Bridgewater? He's going to get it next.
Teddy Bridgewater. I'm going to look now out to see if I can do a prop bet on Teddy being the AFC player next week.
Why?
Because he's playing Jonathan Gannon on Sunday. But I digress for a moment because I have a baseball genius seated to my right, Mr. Ruben Amaro. Ruben, Dave Dombrowski yesterday was with the media in California, and he was talking about needs. Need number one, closer. You agree with that for the Phillies?
I agree, and bullpen, the rest of the bullpen. Closer and the rest.
So you're going to need more than one arm.
Pitching.
Need at least several arms.
Probably 3.
3 arms. Oh, my goodness. All right. The number one name that came up is a guy I was campaigning for during the season, Al, but have now lost hope in. Former Red Sox closer Craig Kimbrell.
Okay.
He's 33 going on 34, and he got shelled when he went to the White Sox. You want him? You want to get him?
I do like him. I think it's a matter of him getting tweaked. Sometimes he gets out of whack. He needs to tweak his mechanics a little bit, and I really, really like the guy. If on a short-term contract, maybe 1 or 2 years, I'll go with. I like him.
I'm willing to mortgage a lot to get the hard-throwing lefty. Josh Hader out of Milwaukee. You like him?
We don't have enough talent in our system to make that.
All right, hold on. Moniak, Hazley, and maybe more. Interest?
It'd have to be Alec Boehm or someone else.
Okay. Yes, okay.
In addition.
Now, here's the thing with Moniak and Hazley. They are top picks of Matt Klentak, and neither are even being considered for 2 openings in the outfield. Dombrowski said yesterday they need a center fielder and a left fielder. So these guys they use first-round picks on, even years after their drafting, are not factors here. Is that correct?
No, you're talking about guys that really have to make impact, and unless you get somebody who's really talented in the middle of the field, at the shortstop position, for instance, then you can use them as maybe a complementary player. A guy like Matt Vierling can be a complementary player if, in fact, you get more talent in the middle of your lineup offensively.
2 key questions. One is, there's a lot of players available if they ever play next season. We don't know about the collective bargaining agreement. Will Middleton go over the luxury tax if there is one? Everything's provisional now. Al. We don't know what the new contract will show. Will he go over this time to get a better team?
I think if Dave Dombrowski convinces him that they have the basis to be able to make a real run at the National League East. I mean, you saw what happened with the Atlanta Braves. They got hot and played really, really well and won the World Series. I think they would eventually. I don't think they will out of the chute, but they could push it if they're in contention.
And finally, Ruben Amaro. Have we seen the last of Odubel Herrera as a Philadelphia Philly?
Yes, you certainly have.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
He will not be back.
He will not be back. He is now a total free agent, right? No more claims to him, no arbitration, nothing. He's free.
Correct.
And they will make no effort to bring him back.
I do not believe so.
Al, they're having a very good offseason. So
when you have an outfield situation like them, and
it
he
doesn't matter. The Phillies so far are having a great offseason because they have gotten rid of that blight on the landscape of Philadelphia.
He actually did not have a terrible year.
I don't care.
I mean, imagine if they had the other center
about
fielders.
that.
He's not coming back. They have no center fielder.
I don't need
not
your
in the running for
defensive
this guy. They
Rube.
can't
I'm not
afford
saying he's
that
the right guy. He's not a championship player, but there's no question.
God.
There's no question that he'll be gone.
They got an MVP.
But he had a decent year.
I don't care about that. Good. Get rid of guy. Good.
No.
Somebody else could sign him, and then he's their problem.
No outfield.
No outfield.
No shortstop.
Is all this situation an indictment of the work of Mr. Matt Klentak, your successor?
No. It's a combination.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what
That
you
was
just
a
heard
lie.
there was a lie by Mr. Ruben Amara. Let's go to...
Games are going to start at 3 a.m.
And McPhail, not a bad job here, right, McPhail?
No comment.
Bruce, how you doing, Brucey?
Angelo, why were you so frustrated this morning?
Because my defensive coordinator sucks.
That's the obvious statement. Here's one better than that.
All right.
The defensive line has given up on the defensive.
Would appear that
Did you
way.
think of it that way?
All right, now that's interesting. You think, in other words, right now, because we saw Hargrave playing well the first few games, Bruce, and now he's not. You think he's cashed his chips himself, and so is Fletcher.
I think Barnett's doing on. Derek Barnett does not want to play for Gannon. He thinks he's an idiot. At least that's why he keeps doing what he's doing.
Derek Barnett has always been this way. He's
really,
doing
yeah.
nothing on purpose. You can make an argument for Fletcher and Hargrave, but
Well,
this is
yeah,
Barnett.
okay.
This is what Barnett is.
All right. You're probably right on that, Rick, because you're more following them than I.
I just watch him do it all the time.
All right, Bruce, he's not purposely jumping offside.
Nice.
He's just really bad at staying onside.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Angelo,
Yeah.
if they're cashing out, should we not look the next year? We got some number ones, if I'm not mistaken, if Wentz finishes out the season.
Yeah, I got 3.
Should we not replace?
All right. Are these
One or two
number
of them
ones?
guys.
Hold on. Are these number ones going to be like Dillard? Are they going to be like Rager? Because number ones don't mean a damn thing of how he's picking them.
Angelo.
Oh.
Yeah.
We know what's going on the defense. Okay,
Yes, correct.
we have some Band-Aid departments in that side of the ball. The offense seems to be coming together. I mean, we have a good offensive line.
Yes.
Don't mess with it. Maybe tweak a little, but leave it alone. As long as Kelsey wants to be the center, and you got Johnson and
I wouldn't count on Kelsey.
I wouldn't either.
Mulata or
Mailata.
Yeah. No,
Malata.
you're right, Bruce. You have to name every guy. I get it. We're with you
I'm
on
just
this.
saying, on the defensive side,
We need people.
we need some vicious, well, not vicious, hungry.
No, we need
quarterback
a better
coaches.
boss first.
Yeah.
Bruce,
Well-
you got the best corners you've had in 5 years here, and they're not using them right. You've got some people on that line that really can play football. They're not motivated to do it. You need a guy who's better at getting the most out of what he has.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think the rules that they gave to the offensive players affecting the Eagles defending?
No, I don't. I think their coordinator is putrid. Bruce, give me somebody who never has to buy a beer in this town.
Chase Utley.
I got him.
I already said. Say another one.
Tug McGraw if he was alive.
No, you can't do that. We're not changing the rules of the contest. You have to be alive. You have to
No.
go to a bar.
You don't need, everybody's overthinking this with the
They
defensive
really are.
coordinator.
There's so
This is not new. This started like week 2. On TV, the backup analysts were pointing out
You're right.
this gap between.
Right.
This has been going. This has been an issue from the beginning that hasn't been addressed, and it's the head coach's job to force the defensive coordinator to alter things during the week, not during the game. During the week to come out with the plan. This has been from the beginning. It's been a huge issue that the head coach. There was the one thing we said there was a loud conversation. Well, it had to be louder because you can't let it continue. It's your ass, too, as a head coach.
I totally agree. That's a great point, Al. You have to make adjustments. I mean, if things are not working, what's the definition of insanity? If things aren't working, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you still get the same, thinking you're going to get a different
You're not going to come in as a new group and change the league.
Right,
you might think you are, but you're going to have to adjust to the higher league that you're in.
Al and Rue pointing the finger at the head coach. Let's get Steve here. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Aunt.
Steve, who's better, Maxey or Simmons?
It's not a trick question.
Maxey.
I didn't want to throw you off too far, but I knew you were calling on the
pretty
Sixers.
good breaking ball. Who's better, Mayor Kenny or Simmons? It's the only election he's going to win.
See, Steve, Simmons, I'm over Simmons. Are you over Simmons, Steve?
I've been over Simmons, and I've been over Simmons. Let's get rid of him.
Yep.
I would love to get Jaylen Brown, but I mean, I think that's a little. Will Boston really do that, though? They really want Ben Simmons?
We negotiated earlier in the hour, and I had a good feeling when we ended the conversation. That's all I can say. Gary Tanguay seems to be ready to do the deal.
Their coach previously was an assistant coach here.
All right, Moore. And Morey has some connection there. You know what, Steve? Maybe they see that their guys don't fit together, and they'll give us one of them, and then we'll give us a guy that they think will fit together, and they won't find out till later that Ben doesn't fit with anyone.
I like when Gary said they need a point guard. We were all really quiet.
Yes, we didn't stop him.
Hey, Edge, I would like to put Ben Simmons, Gannon, and Barnett on the same bus and ride them out of Philadelphia.
All right. Do you have a bus available? I could get them down there.
Our
within
picture's
the hour.
on the back of it. Yeah.
In fact, here's what we'll do, Steve. The bus will have our picture because we're on the buses now in the city.
Yes.
And as they're driving out, you could see our faces go into the horizon. Steve, give me somebody who never has to buy a beer in this town.
I got a good one, Edge, and that's Brian Dawkins.
Hello. Yeah. Let's give the man a spin. Al, so far, lots of... What's going on?
Another Keith Jones card.
Kyle, you're on probation right now. He keeps hitting... There's 6 prizes still up with 1 hour to go, Al. 6 prizes. Get on board right now and claim one. I don't even care who the beer thing is. Everybody who gets on in the 9 o'clock hour gets a free spin. 215-592-9490. When we turn back... With all these crises, who better to bring on to talk about them?
Some light vision of light? No.
John Johnson is next. WIP Sports Time, 8:55. Let me tell you about my friends at Borgata. There's so much going on there. Do you realize right now you're only miles away from your happy place? You can experience award-winning restaurants, exciting bars, live music, big-name entertainment, and a spacious casino filled with your favorite games. The action at Borgata Hotel Casino and Spa never stops. Plan a getaway today. Do you know you're a winner this winter when you play Borgata's $500,000 winning Wonderland? It's from now through December 25th. You can earn entries on slots and table games for your chance to be one of 800 lucky winners. You could unwrap one of 2 2022 Lexus GX 460s and enjoy over $375,000 in bonus slot dollars. Play now for your weekly chance to win with grand prize drawings on both November 27th and December 25th. Just go to theborgata.com for details.
Brought to you by Window Nation. The shorthanded Sixers fell short to the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks, 118-109. They were already down 4 because of COVID protocols, of course, including Joel Embiid Then they lost Seth Curry due to a foot contusion. Sixers did get a terrific effort out of Tyrese Maxey. He had 31 points, 17 in the first quarter. Sixers are 8-4. Eagles defense coordinator Jonathan Gannon spoke Tuesday following yet another awful outing by the Eagles defense, but Gannon does think it can be corrected.
Definitely fixable, absolutely. I mean, it's I wouldn't say alarming to me. I would say that, we know the areas that we have to get better at, and we've done that at times. We just got to be a little more consistent.
Justin Herbert benefited greatly from that defense that is definitely fixable. Herbert named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week after.
Farmers Policy Perks are that little extra something you can get when you're a farmer's customer. So to tell you about them, we're adding a little extra something to this ad, smooth saxophone riffs. When you have a farmer's home policy with guaranteed replacement cost, if your home gets destroyed, we'll pay to rebuild it regardless of your limits. Dig it. It's a whole lot of something. Get a quote at farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Optional coverage not available in every state. Only available with select farmers-branded policies. Subject to terms and conditions. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Have you cut the cord and are feeling bored with your streaming services? CuriosityStream can help. With thousands of documentary films and TV shows, let CuriosityStream put the science back in your screen time, astound you with history come to life, and wildlife that will reach out and grab you. We've got the fix for your nonfiction addiction. Watch us on any device, anywhere you are. Visit CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming now.
This month, on the 11th, Pineapple Street Studios presents The Beige Room, a 3-part series about a notorious self-help seminar. Host and filmmaker Kelly Loudenberg asks why millions of people are flocking to spend their weekends in beige hotel ballrooms, divulging their deepest secrets with hundreds of strangers. Supporters say that what takes years of therapy to do, this program can do in a weekend. But how? And what are the consequences? That's this month on the 11th. Just search for the 11th now, wherever you get your podcasts.